We like to think of slavery as a relic of the past, a dark chapter confined to history books, but here's the uncomfortable truth. Slavery never really ended, it merely evolved, morphing into insidious forms that thrive in the shadows of the 21st century. Today, over 40 million people are trapped in modern slavery, a staggering figure that has sadly grown by 10 million in just the past 5 years. This isn't some abstract problem in a far-off land, it's happening everywhere, woven into the fabric of our globalized world. We're talking about the grueling reality of forced labor, where men, women, and children toil away in fields, factories, and fishing vessels, stripped of their dignity and denied even the most basic human rights. We're talking about the horrors of human trafficking, a global criminal enterprise that preys on the vulnerable, trading human lives for profit. And we're talking about the exploitation of children, innocent lives robbed of their childhoods, forced into labor, marriage, or the sex trade. This isn't about some bygone era, this is about right now. Who are the victims of this modern-day slavery? They are the most vulnerable among us. Refugees fleeing war and persecution, desperate for safety and a glimmer of hope, are often ensnared in exploitative situations. Migrants, seeking a better life for themselves and their families, can find themselves at the mercy of unscrupulous employers and traffickers. And those trapped in the cycle of poverty, lacking opportunities and resources, are particularly susceptible to various forms of exploitation. But it's not just about circumstance, it's about systems designed to exploit. Take the G20 countries, the world's economic powerhouses. They talk a big game about tackling modern slavery, yet they import nearly $500 billion worth of goods at risk of being tainted by forced labor. It seems fighting for human rights is a lot less important when there's money to be made. Modern slavery doesn't exist in a vacuum. It thrives in the fertile ground of poverty, conflict, and inequality. Lack of education, limited access to resources, and discrimination create a breeding ground for exploitation. When people are deprived of basic necessities and opportunities, they become easy targets for those who seek to profit from their desperation. It's a vicious cycle, with poverty begetting vulnerability, which in turn fuels further exploitation. This is where the conversation needs to shift. It's not enough to simply acknowledge the problem, we need to address the root causes. We need to dismantle the systems that perpetuate inequality and create a world where everyone has a fair shot at a decent life. Combating modern slavery is not a task for the faint of heart. It requires a multifaceted approach, one that addresses both the symptoms and the underlying causes of this global scourge. Governments need to enact and enforce stronger laws, holding businesses accountable for ethical supply chains and cracking down on traffickers. But it's not just about legislation. Corporations have a responsibility to ensure their operations and supply chains are free from exploitation, embracing transparency and ethical sourcing practices. International organizations and NGOs play a crucial role in providing support to survivors, raising awareness, and advocating for systemic change. And each of us, as individuals, has a part to play. We can educate ourselves about the issue, support organizations working on the front lines, and make conscious choices as consumers, opting for products and services from ethical and sustainable sources. This isn't someone else's problem, it's a collective responsibility. The fight against modern slavery is a fight for the very soul of humanity. It's a fight we cannot afford to lose.